Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to the teams at Jaguar UK and Speed Machine UK, I'm bringing you an in-depth tour of the new fully electric 2018 Jaguar I-Pace. The model in this video is one of the highest specification first edition cars, finished in the exclusive photon red paint. With design language inspired by the CX-75, the new I-Pace brings a less traditional and more futuristic aesthetic to the Jaguar range. It's constructed from a new aluminium architecture, and with the battery placed under the floor between the two axles, it is said to be rigid, have a low centre of gravity, and a 50-50 weight distribution. This first edition model is 4,682mm long and weighs 2,208 kilograms, although this weight is model dependent. This new all-electric Jaguar is powered by a 90kW battery and two electric motors, each weighing 38 kilograms, one at the front and one at the rear, which also enables four-wheel drive. This model comes with the range-topping HSE powertrain. Models below are the S and SE that produces 395 brake horsepower and 696 Nm of torque. This new all-electric powertrain has a top speed of 124 miles per hour and a 0 to 62 miles per hour or 100 km/h time of 4.5 seconds and a max range of 298 miles. There are two optional packs for exterior styling. The Carbon Pack or the Gloss Black Pack. This car is fitted with the latter. This car is fitted with the optional HSE front and rear 22-inch 5-spoke gloss black and diamond turn wheels with carbon fibre inserts. The I-Pace is fitted with a regenerative braking system so that, even as the driver lifts off the accelerator, kinetic energy from the brakes is transduced into electrical potential energy and stored in the battery. Now we've completed the model overview, we can start the in-depth tour from front to back. There has been a noticeable effort to design the front end both aesthetically and purposefully, with cooling and aero taken into consideration. There is a grilled vent below with small LED lights to the side, and masked off aero vents that send air to cool the regenerative braking system. The short front end takes inspiration from the CX-75 supercar, and within the grille, small aero channels sit that open to enable cooling. These close once sufficient cooling has been achieved. There is an S-duct structure just above the grille that helps to smooth airflow. This is used to its full potential when the grille vents are closed. On each side of the grille are the matrix LED headlights with a signature Jaguar daytime running light. Now looking from above, we get a better look at the aerodynamic front that helps to smooth the air that hits the very front of the car, sending it over the body. A challenge with electric cars has been engineering a quick recharge time. The I-Pace is quoted at being able to achieve 168 miles of range from 1 hour of recharging at a 50kW fast charge station. We can now move around to the lateral aspect of the I-Pace. First we find the auto-dimming wing mirrors with the integrated indicators, proximity sensors and cameras on the underside for the 360-degree parking aid. Next are the integrated keyless entry door handles. These slide outwards when the car is unlocked, and sit flush when it's locked. Below, on this model, is a gloss black strip with HSE at the front. Above is the full-length, optional tinted panoramic sunroof that is claimed to absorb infrared light to make the cabin a more serene place, and protect the leather. Behind this is a shark's fin antenna and rear top-mounted spoiler. The spoiler fulfills the dual purposes of directing airflow at the rear, while also creating that dynamic aesthetic Jaguar are known for. There is a small LED brake light integrated underneath. Below this is also a small lip spoiler. The comparatively flat rear was purposefully designed to enable what is known as a cab-forward appearance. Moving down, the brake, reverse and indicator light complex holds the aggressive design language found in other models. The model type and drive configuration is on the right, with general model information on the left. A reversing camera found at the rear joins the camera at the front, with front and rear parking sensors. A gloss black, sports car-esque diffuser sits below. Now we've finished the exterior tour, it's time to move inside. The I-Pace has a standard Jaguar key with lock, unlock, front and rear boot lid controls and hazard lights. Once opened, the extended handle requires only a simple outward pull to release the door. The interior on the first edition HSE model is finished with extended high-quality black Windsor leather and aluminium and gloss charcoal ash first edition veneer inlays. We can start the interior in-depth tour with the doors. They start with the extended Windsor leather and roll down to the door handle, lock controls, and first speaker from the 15-speaker HD Meridian system. Below this, another leather section flows into a charcoal ash inlay, with the window, wing mirror controls and armrest below. At the very bottom is a storage compartment with a larger Meridian speaker. Now moving inside, we find the metal first edition tread plates that are exclusive to this model line. The sill itself is neither high nor wide, so ingress and egress is a straightforward process. Moving up, we find 4 buttons for front boot, cruise control, rear boot, and the parking brake. Above is another inlay and the first manually adjustable air vent. Next is the Windsor leather upholstered, multifunctional heated steering wheel, part of the cold weather pack. There are scroll wheels on the left and right that presumably enable control of the driver dash screens ahead, but other than these, it's a fairly minimalistic steering wheel. A nice change. Unfortunately, this car was set in demo mode, so I couldn't manually scroll, but I still recorded the demo screens as an example of what you'll be able to see and adjust here. The single LCD screen is generally split into 3 parts for speedo, rev counter, and trip and info, such as blind spot assist, but the entire screen can be occupied by only one interface, similar to that of Audi. Now looking at the dash above, we find a speaker to the right, the projector for the HUD, venting, and an extended Windsor leather area that slopes down to a wood inlay. As we head down the central column, the first thing we find are 2 manually adjustable air vents. Below these are the new Touch Pro Duo touchscreens that are shared with the Velar. The top screen here is 10 inches, and once again I could only record the demo setup. For a more live video of the screens in action, please see my first impressions video. From the demo playthrough, it's clear you'll be able to use this screen for a large array of uses, such as navigation, media, charge info, reversing and 360-degree camera, and specific weather info. The 3 buttons below are to turn the screen on and off and for volume, hazard lights, and the engine start-stop. The screen below is half the size of the one above, at 5 inches. The demo playthrough indicates that customizable ambient lighting, media, seat heating, and ventilation and cabin climate controls can be adjusted using this screen and the 2 scrollers on either side. There are 2 lines of physical controls below this. The set on the left are for adaptive cruise control, 2 controls to adjust the driving mode, from eco to dynamic, traction control off, and 2 controls to adjust ride height. On the right are drive settings, drive, neutral, reverse, and for the parking brake. Under this section screen is an open area with USB connectivity. Moving back, there's a small storage area with a removable rubber insert. Behind this is a plastic section that can also be removed for extra storage. The leather upholstered dual armrest centrally is also the lid for the central storage area. It can be unlatched and opened by simply depressing a small latch at the front. Here we find USB, SIM, and 12-volt connectivity. The front seats here are also upholstered in the same Windsor leather. They are 18-way adjustable with controls to the side and have heating and cooling functions. We've now pretty much finished in the front, so let's move to the rear. The designers brought the front seats forward to enhance rear space. It is said to have the exterior dimensions of a Porsche Macan, but the interior dimensions of the larger Cayenne. The extended Windsor leather and wood inserts are also found throughout the rear. Now inside, the first thing we find is an air vent along the pillar. To the left of this, there is a small storage net found attached to the seat. Still moving left, we find the rear occupant climate controls. They are adjusted here using the digital displays on the scrollers and physical seat controls centrally. Below are 3 connections, a 12-volt centrally and 2 5-volt USB on either side with a small storage area below. The rear bench is formed of 2 main seats on either side that come with quite a bit of padding and side support. There's a smaller seat centrally, the back of which can be pulled out using the tab at the top to reveal 2 cup holders. This can easily be put back. There is more storage that can be found under the rear seats. This can be used to either maximize stowage or to hide small items while the car is unoccupied. Looking back, there is quite a lot of space before the slanted rear window. As we look around the edge of the top pillar, we find 4 hand safety rails. Further up, the panoramic roof here is not like most conventional roofs. It is not finished with a perpendicular line, but is instead moulded around the rear occupants. Centrally at the rear are 2 white LED reading lights. Now we've finished at the rear, we can take a look at the remaining storage space. Under the special first edition inlay on the passenger side, we find the glove compartment. It is lockable and can be opened and closed easily. It offers a fair amount of extra storage space. Now moving outside to take a look at the front and rear storage areas, we can first take a better look at the vent in the bonnet. The front storage area is claimed to have a storage capacity of 27 litres. At the rear of this compartment is a small area of netting. The rear boot lid has an auto open and close function. The rear boot is claimed to have a capacity of 656 litres, but a maximum of 1,435 litres with the rear seats folded down. There are compartments at the side for the medkit and underfloor compartment for wheel accessories. The boot lid can easily be closed by depressing the small button above. Now moving back inside briefly, we can see the final few features. There is a sunglasses / small storage compartment above. Ahead there are 2 buttons for SOS and breakdown, with the auto dimming rear view mirror ahead. So that concludes my in-depth tour of the new 2018 Jaguar I-Pace First Edition. Thanks again to Jaguar and Speed Machine UK. Please find links to their websites in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.